Yes. You know, there's a sink right over there that you can fill it up. Well, this is probably sink water too. I already filled this up once. And now everyone on YouTube knows that. The 8 people that are watching. They know that I drink sink water. They know that you're my daughter.
Oh, really?
Yep. And because of it, one person left. Yeah, light's still on. They're getting backstage access. They're getting backstage access. What really goes on behind the scenes. Yeah. Oh, I better pull up my... All right, Lions fans, we're here at the Lions Stadium. Got about 10 minutes to go before kickoff. And there is still, if you're sitting at home, there's still plenty of time to get out here to see a crucial match tonight between Gravette and Berryville. A match that could spell whether Gravette's making the playoffs or if Gravette's going to be at home after the season. Of course, we're playing the Berryville Bobcats at 2-4, 0-3 in the conference. Berryville's 2 wins have been against West Fork and versus Yellville Summit. Not exactly the powerhouses of the Arkansas football world. When they got the conference play, They've got losses to Shiloh Christian, 56-0. But that's nothing for them to hang their heads down too much for. I have a feeling Shiloh Christian's going to do that to pretty much everyone in the conference this year. They lost to Gentry, 40-14. Gentry's a team right now, to be quite honest, don't really know a lot about. They are doing all right in conference play, but they still haven't played all the powerhouses yet. So, and then the score that would be the most significant to us would be they lost to Lincoln 39-34 in a very close match. And of course, Gravette is their one win in conference was against that Lincoln team, 34-14, the first game of the conference season. Don't think I have to get too much involved with Gravette and their wins and losses. If you've been listening to this stream of the games, you already know Gravette went 1-2 in non-conference schedule in their non-conference schedule, defeating Jay Oklahoma, and then won their first conference game against Lincoln. And then the last two games, well, they've been a little bit regrettable games that we might want to forget about. And hopefully the coaching staff has done a good job with our boys to help them put those two games behind them. Hopefully Coach Bohannon has told these boys, look, to be quite honest, the beginning of the season, we weren't necessarily predicting that Prairie Grove and Pea Ridge were going to be wins for Gravette. It's just not the best scores, maybe not as much of the fight as we wanted to see against those two teams. But this game tonight versus Berryville, this game right here should be a fantastic litmus test of what this team is going to do. What is this team that we've got here? This is a game that they must know is a must-win game for them. They know if they win this game, if they are able to beat Berryville, they have a game against Green Forest next week. No offense to Green Forest, but I think most Lion fans will be looking at that game and saying we have an excellent chance of winning that game. You win that game, that puts us with 3 wins in the conference, which should get us into the playoffs, unless something completely crazy happens. But a win tonight, a win next week, and we're definitely looking good to making the playoffs. Then it just really boils down to seeding over that last game of the season against Gentry, a team that we don't really know a lot about. We'll definitely know by that game. In Max Preps has Berryville ranked 42 in the 4A. Hootens, about the same, 41 in the 4A. Gravette, if you're wondering, Max Preps has ranked 38, and Hootens has ranked 33. So right now, and this means absolutely nothing, but Hootens predicts Gravette to win by 2 tonight. Whether by 2 or whether by 40, I just want to see a Gravette win tonight. Some playoff standings as they stand right now. We're still only halfway through the conference season, but Shiloh Christian sits on top of the standings with Pea Ridge, both 3-0 in conference. In tie for third, we have Gentry, who is 2-1 in conference, and Prairie Grove 2-1 in conference. And then in fifth place, we have Gravette and Lincoln, both at 1-2 in conference. Since Gravette defeated Lincoln, that would give them the tiebreaker. So technically, right now, Gravette is number 5 in the conference. And tied for 7th in the conference, you would have Berryville with 0-3 and Green Forest 0-3 in the conference. Other games tonight in the conference is going to be Prairie Grove versus Pea Ridge, which should be a fantastic game. 2 teams to try to figure out who's a little bit more legit. You have Green Forest versus Lincoln, which should go Lincoln's way, but should be an interesting match nonetheless. And then you have Shiloh Christian and Gentry. This will be Gentry's first real test to see what kind of team they are going against Shiloh, who has not really had much issue with anybody that they played this season. So with all that, it looks like Gravette will be kicking off tonight to the Berryville Bobcats. Once again, we're hoping for a good competitive game tonight. Hoping to see Gravette come out, the offense fire like we know that they can. We know Gravette has a balanced rush. But I think we'll see that even attack again here come tonight. And we're off. Pretty good kick to start off with, and that's going to go out of bounds. So we're going to have a chance to see the Gravette's defense come out first tonight. Hopefully we're going to see a defense that is not demoralized from the past two games, but a defense that knows that they can stop the ball. Ball's on the 35-yard line. I'm not really sure what happened to make that occur. I believe usually the ball would go out on the 25, but I missed that. I guess I should quit talking so much and pay a little bit more attention. Berryville lines up. And there's a run. Gravette reads it pretty well. Stuffs them after a gain of around 3 yards on the play. I wasn't able to really see that many stats about this Berryville team. This is one of those teams that doesn't report their stats into Max Prep, so I assume Berryville is a team that likes to run the ball more than pass, but they might have a balanced attack just like Gravette. But with the formations that they lined up in the first two plays, they look very run-centric. Handoff. He's going to fight for some yards, but he's only going to pick up around 3 yards on that, which is going to lead us to third down and lead us to everybody's favorite crew to come out. It's a crew that destructs and made of lions. Yes, it's the Lion Destruction Crew, LDC. Let's see if this Lion Destruction Crew passes the first test they have, which is third down and 3 for the Berryville Bobcats. Pitch. And he's able to scramble for a first down. We had some people in the backfield. I bet you next time we wrap them up. But it is a first down for Berryville, gain of around 5. So that puts on the 49-yard line for Berryville. Defense still out there. So Berryville lines up again. One wide. Man in motion. Handoff. He finds a crease. He's going to pick up around 8 yards on the run. So that's going to give Berryville, let's say 7 yards on that. It's going to give Berryville a second down and 3. So Berryville rushing attack, I wouldn't say is quite as explosive, at least so far. We've seen about 4 plays now, but doesn't seem quite as explosive as we've seen the last 2 weeks, but they definitely can move the ball. The sweep. He's going to have some room if he can make the corner. Cuts back, and the Gravette Lions tackle him down. should be short of the first down, and he is. So great job by the Gravette defense there, forcing him back to the center of the field where he was able to be met by more Lions, and leads third down once again, 3rd down and 2, and time for the crew. That rhymes, ladies and gentlemen. So it's time for the Lion Destruction crew, hopefully to reap the destruction on this 3rd down play. Berryville with 2 out wide, and we've got chance of LDC out in the crowd. Looks like a quarterback rush. He's going to get it. He fought hard for those yards. He's going to pick up around 5 yards on that. So Berryville keeps the drive going. They've done nothing but run the ball so far. No pass attempts at all. And so far, no big plays, but no negative plays either. Plays that have just been consistent gains of minimal yardage, but enough to continue to get first downs. In the games versus Gentry and Jay, and it's around this yardage that the defense really started to step up. Quarterback fakes. He's going to be wrapped up, a gain around 5 there. Pretty good initial fake there to the fullback in the center of the line, then took it. But that puts us at 2nd down and 5. And hopefully the defense steps up and produces a short or negative yard gain on this. That'd be just what the doctor ordered. Berryville lines up. Man in motion, handoff. He's going to pick up around 2 yards, I'd say, on that. Putting him in maybe less than that, maybe 1 yard. So that's going to give Berryville a 3rd down and 6 to go. Make that 3rd down and 4. So hopefully the destruction crew of Lions is able to hold them on this 3rd down. As I was saying before, and those wins that we've had, the defense was really able to hold strong on these downs. I tell you what, these running backs are fighting. They're getting initial contact. That would be a stop. Gravette is able to hold them, though. A gain of 3. 4th down and 1. It'd be interesting to see what Berryville does. I suspect they're going to try to go for this, considering the position they are on the field. Too long for a field goal. Too far down to just quit now. And with their ability to gain small yardage, this is no surprise they're going for it. It's time for the defense to really step up. It's time for that crew to really, and they go back to that quarterback sneak, which they had success on earlier. They award a 1st down on there. Gravette was able to do a better job on this one. He wasn't able to get the 5-yard gain they had on the last quarterback keeper, but they still get enough to get a 1st down. So Berryville is chugging, and definitely eating clock as they do it. Once again, they have not ran a single pass play this entire time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 runs in a row. 1 deep. And that's not going to change. Run number 12. But this time what changes is the pride of Lions is there to meet them. So fantastic defensive play on that one. They're going to not get any yards on that. And that's exactly what we need on this play. Another short run like that, and we definitely will have them set up for a difficult journey to get a 1st down. So 2nd down and long for Berryville. The defense steps up. They're going to be 1 wide again. They're in their same formation that they've been in this entire game. Handoff. He gets a little crease. Looks like they are going to get a first down there. That's the longest run of the night, unfortunately for us. That puts them a first down. They're able to get a nice run there for decent yards. So now it puts us down, first down on the 15. Gravette defense still out there. And the Berryville offense still run, run, run. So Berryville lines up. A little bit different of a formation that they compared to what they've been doing. A reverse. The boy's going to stop them, but not after a gain of around 11. Their running back had a lot of room on that if he would have just kept on running out to the corner. Actually, one of their blocks was beneficial for us as it brought the defender a little bit closer to him and made the running back cut back to the center of the field where he was met. Of course, usually when a man is blocked like that and falls forward like that, that is usually a block in the back. I didn't really see it, so I can't say that they absolutely did, but just saying, typically when you see something like that. Run again, and he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Nice play by the defense. Ball within the 10-yard line. This is the time that you definitely have to step up on defense. And there's a nice stop there by the Gravette Lions. Second down and 5. Or rather, second down and goal. So there'll be one wide again. They're back in their base formation. Handoff. Once again hit by a pride of Lions. He's going to gain around 2 yards on there, and that's going to put us around third down and goal at the 3-yard line. So if the destruction crew ever stepped up yet in this first quarter, this would be the time within their own 5-yard line. Getting a stop here would be a huge thing. Now, undoubtedly, they will probably go for fourth down, regardless if they get the touchdown or not. They are probably going to attempt to punch this in the end zone. So Gravette should be expecting 2 plays here. Handoff. And touchdown. So Berryville is going to drive 65 yards down the field, consistently running the ball. No huge plays, but just a steady diet of 2-yard, 3-yard, 5-yard runs. And they're able to march down the field, and they're able to take off almost 10 minutes off that clock. So Berryville goes down, eats a lot of clock, and gets a touchdown. Not the end of the world. I don't think this is a Berryville team that's just going to completely run up the score. But we are going to have to stiff it up a little bit here on defense to stop all these running plays, get a little bit more negative rushes. A little early, but I'll go ahead and say if you got a son or you have a daughter that participates in athletics, whether it's 7th grade all the way up to high school, I do consider joining the athletic booster clubs that are here at Gravette. It's your best way to know what's going on with all the sports. It's the best way to be able to participate in fundraising events for your son or daughter. And the same thing goes with the band. Band has a booster as well. They'd love to have you come and join the booster club if you have a child that participates in band from the 6th grade up to the high school. So do feel free looking to join in those booster clubs, they would love to have you. So Berryville is setting up here to kick off. And it's up. A little pooch kick. There's a fumble on the play. And it's recovered by Berryville. So, guess that's the first trick that we see tonight. Berryville with the pooch kick. Always dangerous kind of kick because you have someone who's not really used to handling the ball, all of a sudden having to handle the ball. And pretty big thing here is the fact that Berryville already chewed up the vast majority of the first quarter, and now they're going to be back on offense with the opportunity to do that again. So, you know, you never want a turnover, but that definitely was not the best situation. They're running the option. Gravette's going to wrap him up after a gain of around 2 on the play. Once again, Berryville not attempted to pass. Undoubtedly, Berryville sees this game as a must-win game, just like Gravette sees this game as a must-win game too. So I'm sure that they are ready to pull out all the stops in this game. In a more traditional formation now. Looks like we got the first pass attempt of the night. Overthrown. So that leads 3rd down and 10, which is the exact situation that we've been needing the whole first drive. 3rd down and long would have been exactly what we were looking for. Now, with this team, if they don't make many yards on this play, would they punt? Not sure. They are on their side of the 50. I suppose it really boils down to how many yards they get on this play. So it's time for the LDC line to structure crew to wreak a little destruction here. Handoff. Wrapped up in the backfield. Fantastic play. I didn't see who that was, but a loss of 2 on the play. So that puts us at 4th down and 12. I'd be very surprised if they do not punt this. So the defense steps up big time after the turnover on the kickoff. Exactly what we need in a game, every game. There's something that's going to happen that's not going to be exactly what you want. But it's great to see that the Gravette defense stepped up and blocks the kick. Fantastic block kick. Special team comes up big. And the crowd is getting pretty pumped up out here. I don't know if you can hear it much through my microphone, but a block kick is fantastic. That's going to give the ball to Gravette on the 44-yard line. So defense steps up, and now the special teams step right on up. They give the offense a chance to run a play. 30.7 seconds left in the first quarter, and this is the first time the offense is getting out on the field. Let's see how they respond. Low snap. They're going to have to improvise. Hilger's running, but no, boy. It's going to be a loss of around 10 there. The low snap, it looks like that was going to be a sweep. Hilger was going to hand it off, but the low snap kind of messed that up, and they had to improvise. Unfortunately, Hilger ran the ball, didn't attempt to pass to get it out of bounds. Of course, you know, there could have very well been offensive lineman that was downfield. I didn't really notice that, but could have been. But in the future, and I'm sure the coach is talking to him about this, when that very same situation arises, just go ahead and let's get rid of the ball. Let's get it out of bounds. He was out of the tackle boxes, so he should have been able to throw that out. and avoided the 10-yard loss there. But that's the end of the first quarter. So Gravette runs one play in the quarter because of Berryville's ground defense and time control. So after one quarter, Berryville 7, Gravette 0. Gravette offense 3 wide. Handoff. Nice run. He's still going. He's going to go all the way. That's a 54-yard run by Chase Austin. So Berryville takes 10 minutes to drive down the field and score a touchdown. Gravette does the same thing in seconds. 54-yard run by Austin. Gravette showing they are not going to die, or they're not going to fold that easy tonight. Fantastic run by Austin. Kick is up. Kick is good, and just like that, it's 7-7. So 11 seconds off the second quarter, and we get our first score. And quite frankly, the vast majority of those 11 seconds was just Austin running down the field. So just like that, Gravette ties the score, 7-7. And hopefully a run like that is something that's going to energize this team. A run like that could easily energize the defense as well. When they see that the offense comes out and could take care of business when they have it, it gives them a little bit more oomph out there when they're on defense to say, I'm going to take care of business too. And if you recall in that Gentry game, we had something similar to this. Gentry was able to score first against us and score their touchdown, but then the Gravette offense started taking control of the game. Hopefully the same thing happens here. Gravette decides to do the same thing. So Gravette gives them a pooch kick there, but they're able to wrap it up. So Berryville is going to be starting on their 37-yard line. So the last defensive possession, Gravette came out and held them to 3 and out. Let's see if they could do something similar. Now, Berryville's back in that lineup, or that offensive positioning that gave them some yards to begin with. Quarterback is able to escape to the outside. He's going to pick up around 4 yards, but he definitely was a little distressed getting out there. Gravette was able to get their hands on him a little bit. Let them know that we were there. I bet you next time that happens, we're able to wrap them up. So Berryville taking their time, trying to shorten this game by running clock, which I would say is a testament to Berryville's reverence toward our offense. They don't want our offense out there, so they're wanting to run as much clock as possible. Handoff. He fights his way for a gain of around 3 yards there. Once again, he didn't have a lot of great running room. Quite frankly, he had a defender or a blocker that was kind of in his way. If the blocker would have got out of his way, he could have picked up a little bit more. But at this point, that puts us 3rd down at 2. And it's time for the crew. Once again, I get to do the rhyme once again. So the structure crew of Lions. They hear the roar, they hear the fight. They're going to scratch and pummel all night. Handoff. He ain't going to make it. He's not going to make it. Oh! And we strip the ball, and there we go. Touchdown! Mason Dagley strips the ball from the running back and takes it all the way to a touchdown. So defense really stepping up tonight. Fantastic play. Mason Dagley usually out there running wide, as wide receiver as well as defensive back. Maybe he's telling coach, hey coach, why don't you put me in running back? Look what I can do right here. Takes that ball and takes it all the way down. Fantastic defensive play in the first turnover of the night for the Bobcats. And it's costly for them. High snap. They're able to get it down though and kick it in. So with 9 minutes and 56 seconds left, it's 14-7. Gravette is, looks like Dagley gets the chain. I'm not really sure what's on it, but it's the LDC chain. That's very nice. That's the first time I've seen that. So the Gravette Lions respond big on that play. The defense comes up with a strip and a score. Another pooch kick. Does Gravette pick that ball up? Gravette has the ball. Turnabout is fair play as Gravette gets the second turnover on the night. Pulling from the Berryville playbook with the pooch kick. And this time Gravette gets it. So Gravette offense is going to be out on the field. We had 14 points, but we ran 2 plays so far. It's time for the Gravette offense to get the show out a little bit here. So a fantastic second quarter for the Gravette Lions so far. Seeing touchdown, strip and turnover, a turnover for a touchdown, and then another touchdown on the kickoff. So referees are conferring about something. Not really sure what they're talking about. Maybe they're sitting there talking about how great these Gravette Lions are and how happy they are to be officiating this game here in Gravette tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, there's still plenty of time to get out here to the stadium. We're just starting to get cooking. Why don't you come here and get a slice? So Gravette offense is out, 3 wide, 1 in the backfield, and 1 at tight end. High snap. Austin gets it, runs, makes 1 miss. He's still running. Austin wants to get another long run for a touchdown. He's going to get it. And there's a flag on the play at the very end. We're going to see what that flag is. But for right now, Austin runs 37 yards for another touchdown. And the offense is backing up as if this is on them, and it is. I'm assuming there was a hold there. Probably didn't need to do that hold for Austin to run in. Legal block is the play on it, or the hold. So that puts it on the 20-yard line. And this time Austin will not be quite as lucky as they meet them in the backfield. So a loss of around 4 on that play. So that's second down around 14. Nothing to be too concerned about. I've seen the Lions convert these this season. That's going to be offsides. So Gravette's going to get a little bit of those yards back. 5-yard penalty on Berryville. Cy Hilger undoubtedly doing a variance of his cadence there and brought Berryville across the line. So that puts us second down and 9 to go. Three wide, one tight end, and one in the backfield. Hilger's going to pass. Complete. Oh, and he's caught. I thought that he would be able to run that one in. But instead, we have a round of a 14-yard pass to Ian Drake. So, first down and 5 to go. Or rather, first down and goal on the 5. I will get that right before the end of the game. Handoff. Bounces off, but is not able to get past him. So Isaac Dan is going to lose around 4 yards on that play. So I'd say that Berryville line is getting a little bit more aggressive out there. They've been able to jump into that backfield a few times, and they've already had the one offsides penalty from their aggressiveness. So Berryville might be starting to predict a little bit that count and getting in the back. Pass. He comes back and get it. He's still fighting. But Ian Drake is going to pick up around 8 yards on that, maybe 7. So that puts us third down and goal at the 3-yard line. With 3 yards, there's a lot of different things in the repertoire that we're able to pull up to run on this. Let's see what we end up running on this. Austin is in the backfield, and he's had the hot hand tonight. Pitch. But unfortunately going to be driven back. That looks like a running play, but it's actually considered a pass. Going to be a loss of around 4 on that. So it looks like Gravette's going to line up for a field goal here. Kick is up. Kick is good. So 6 minutes and 50 seconds left. And Gravette's going to come away with some points here and go up 17-7. So it's been a fantastic second quarter here for the Lions, scoring 17 points. And we haven't gotten halfway through the second quarter after only running one offensive play in the first quarter. So football, it could be a funny game sometimes. But the Gravette Lions, it looks like they have came out here tonight ready to play some football, ready to play some ball, and hopefully try to build a lot more to get themselves into the playoffs. Another pooch kick. It worked last time. Let's try it again. They do a fair catch, and they are going to catch it around the 34-yard line. So Berryville is going to start off on the 34-yard line. They're going to have around 66 yards to go. Doing the math quickly in my head there. So let's see what Berryville dials up here. They had a lot of success running, trying to think back of playing collegiate football on PlayStation. It looks like kind of a flex bone that they're running. I could be completely wrong on that. They hand off, not going anywhere on that. It's going to pick up maybe a yard on there. But in the first quarter, they had a lot of success in that formation. Gravette seems to be figuring it out a little bit more, though. So 2nd down and 9 for the Bobcats. We got a little fiery crowd tonight here. Handoff. He's not going to get the corner this time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down and long. Maybe 1 yard on that too. But Gravette, I think, has figured this out a little bit. And instead of getting yards or chunk yards of 4 or 5 yards per play, now it's more like 1 yard and 2 yard. And it leads us to 3rd down and 7. And that does not rhyme with anything with Lion Destruction Crew, but I'm still going to say it because it's 3rd down, and we have seem to have a lot of success when I make a big deal about the Lion Destruction Crew on 3rd down. So I'll go ahead and say it again. Lion Destruction Crew, 7 yards for them to go. Let's see if we can stop them. LDC. Going for a pass. Overthrown. And that was a good job by the defensive back of not getting too handsy with that receiver out there. The ball was obviously going to be a little overthrown, and the defensive back just stayed back, making sure that there was no reason for that ref to call a penalty for pass interference. So now Berryville is going to go back to punt. Gravette a lot of times don't even have anyone back in the backfield during a punt, but tonight they do. Let's see if we get a run back. Punt is up. Pretty good punt. It's fielded. He's going to have a little bit of room to go. That is a lot of running, ladies and gentlemen, and I think it's going to be for a net of 0 yards. So Dagley trying to make something happen there. But that's all right. He was able to handle a punt that if he had missed would no doubt have bounced way past the 20-yard line, probably down somewhere around the 10-yard line. So he does save a lot of yards just getting his hands on that ball and bringing it down. So 5 minutes and 3 seconds left. Let's see if Gravette could punch in another touchdown before the end of the half. This has been a fantastic quarter. Let's make it a really fantastic quarter and get another touchdown on the board. Gravette's going to line up 4 wide and 1 in the backfield. Handoff. Oh, no, pass. Fooled me on that. Going to be a pickup of round 6 on that. Pass complete to Mason Dagley. Well, the sticks say a gain of around 8. I'm not going to argue with them. Looks like 3 wide, 2 in the back. Hilger tries to draw them offside. They don't bite. Throwing it up. He's open if he could get it. And he brings it down. Oh, did he drop it? Oh, man. That's a nice pass. Got a lot of air underneath it. He gave him the opportunity to catch it. Next time he'll catch that one. Don't worry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Third down and 2 for the Lions. Once again, with 2 yards, you got a lot of options. You can run it, you can pass it, you can do a lot of things. Lions decide to run it, and Austin says, I'm going to get that first down, and he does. Picks up just enough, 3 yards. But Austin says, get on my back, fellas. I'll take us to first down land. So they're going to go 4 wide again and 1 in the backfield. The Berryville line is very antsy. Every time that they give him a clap there, they're wanting to go. Oh, he breaks a tackle. He's making a lot of people miss. There's a flag on the play. So Chase Austin with the pass. Gained around 15. Let's see what this flag is. Block. Legal block on the Lions. So that is a spot of the foul penalty. So that puts us first down and around 5. Hilger looks for the play. Hilger back to pass. Complete. Austin, we got a flag on that play, but I think it's going to be against the defense. Austin ends up picking up quite a few yards on that one. I'll give you, it looks like around 18 yards. They're waving it off. To me, it kind of looked like there might have been a face mask. They're going to wave that off. So that puts us first down at the 42-yard lines. 2 minutes and 54 seconds left. So there's still plenty of time to get down the field. I think Gravette's doing a good job right now of working that clock a little bit, giving Berryville a little taste of their own medicine. Hand off to Austin. Austin's going to pick up around 4 to 5 yards. It depends on where they mark that. That's a 5-yard gain from where they mark it. So that puts us second down and 5. Clock's about to be down to 2 minutes. Don't yet have to worry about being too urgent snapping the ball, but eventually, depending on how many yards we get on certain plays, it will become a factor. So 4 wide. Hilger back to pass. He lofts it up. Oh, a little bit too far. Pass looked good, just a step or two back on that. So Ian had his defensive back beat on there. I bet you next time they adjust on that and they're able to connect. But now that puts us to third down and 6 to go. Four wide once again for Gravette. Handoff. And Isaac Dan's going to pick up around 2 yards on that. That's going to bring up fourth down. Fourth down and 4. 1 minute and 20 seconds left. I suspect Gravette's going to try to go for this. They do. They're 4 wide. They complete this, they are going to have to start picking up the pace on offense if they're wanting to get some points before the end of the half. Pass. Oh, dropped. So Gravette's going to turn it over on downs, but it only leaves 56.3 seconds left for Berryville. And one thing that Berryville has showed tonight is that they are not necessarily a quick strike offense. They're a team that the biggest play so far all game has been 11 yards. So and they love to run the ball. Not exactly the best recipe for scoring quickly. Now, that being said, they have been running the ball all night. They could sneak a pass out on us, so we definitely have to be conscious of that. But hopefully the defense is going to be able to hold them and prevent any sort of scoring before the end of the half. So Berryville has 25.9 seconds left. They haven't completed a pass all night, and they're probably going to need to at least complete one if they have any hopes of scoring on this drive. Handoff. Oh, and a nice sack in the backfield. Berryville is trying to run.
No, I'm just really cold.
Julia, I think that like face because they've been bringing it up. The golden lady friends.
We are extending the deadline for all sports ads for seniors to Wednesday the 23rd.
Why do they do, like, why do they?
Because he's a back in his home country, he played soccer. And he's got some thick calves.
He does.
So he's called the leg.
Oh, gotcha. Oh,
That's so
Oh, so we looked it up and it is $20. We should invite like some other girls.
Right now, I just need you to get real loose. Get comfortable.
Valonia up big over Farmington, 40-14. Harrison up 14-0 over Greenbrier. Let's see, anyone else around here? Mina up 14-0 over Elkins. Wow, that's a big conference. I didn't realize that Elkins and Mina were in the same conference. It's a long drive. Just my editorial comment there. Let's see, anybody else around the area? If you do, technical difficulties we've had tonight. Hooker's going to pass. Screen to Dan. Dan's got some room. Dan's going to pick up around 8 yards on that, enough for a first down. So Gravette runs a screen on that play. Gets the first down. Looks like we got the camera back up. Gravette 4 wide, 1 in the backfield. Hand off to Dan. Dan's going to be met at the line. It looks like Berryville was ready for that one. They came rushing, and they got to the line right about the right time. So that'll bring up second down and 10. Gravette once again in the 4 wide. Trying to keep Berryville honest. A lot of times we pass out of the 4 wide, so to get a running play out of there, just something else for Berryville to think about when we run in this formation. We'll line up in a pistol formation and then back. Briefly in the pistol. Gonna pass, complete. Tries to get loose, but they had a pretty good grip. So Dagley's not gonna really pick up anything on that. Actually, it looks like it might have lost a yard. So that's gonna put us at third down and 11 to go. Let's see what we get drawn up here. With Gravette's ability to pass, I would suspect we will see a pass on this play, but I'm not an offensive coordinator, so don't take my word on that, ladies and gentlemen. Timeout, Gravette. Looks like they're wanting to make sure that they get this play correct. Might have been a little bit of confusion on the way everybody was lined up. But a little bit, it's better to go ahead and take that timeout, get all your ducks in a row, than to end up having some sort of penalty. I'll go ahead and take this moment to give a shout out to the Lion Letterman website and podcast. If you want to keep up with what's going on with Gravette Sports, there's no better place to go. Seth does a great job of getting all the information out, retweeting a lot of the stuff that's going on with your Gravette players. It's always fun to see what these guys are up to in school, and so that's always nice to see. He has 2 podcasts a week. I'll listen to them. You should too, if you listen to the podcast, and if you don't, give it a shot anyway. So Gravette's 4 wide. Back to pass. Nice block. Nice catch. And that's going to be a touchdown. Nice play. Looks like that timeout, they were able to draw up the perfect play. Great pass to Ian Drake. 44 yards. So Gravette just takes up right where they left off at the end of the second quarter there with another touchdown. Nice pass, though. He'll go nice, crisp pass and a great route there by Dagley. Apologies, by Drake. And that's going to go for a 44-yard touchdown. So fantastic play. Great way to start the third quarter. Kick is up. Kick is good. No good. I can never tell. It really looked good from up here in the press box, but I apologize. I'm not trying to give you guys misleading information. So 23-7, Gravette is up with 9 minutes and 7 seconds left in the third quarter. So fantastic plays by offense. You always want to be able to come back from the second half, maybe make some adjustments there in the with the play calling, but they came out and that was just nice plays. Really moved the ball nicely on that to get a touchdown. They're playing Sweet Caroline over the speakers, and if they avoid kicking off at time, I'm willing to bet we're going to hear some people yelling. Sweet Caroline. Bop, bop, bop. And then there's the kick. So great timing. They're going to let the ball bounce, which is always a dangerous thing, and they're going to be racked. Always better than if you can catch that ball to catch that ball. Anytime it hits the grass, there's no telling what that ball can do. Berryville is lucky they were able to get that on a clean bounce, but he paid the price when the whole pride of Lions came to meet him. Sort of like out in the wild. A pride of Lions sees some helpless prey and just pounce. Cracking up the stream team on that one. All right, Berryville comes out. And they run the ball, surprisingly. And Gravette eats them up. These Lions are hungry. Bobcats get around 2 yards on that. These Bobcats are going to have to start considering at some point they're going to have to try to air it out, especially if Gravette can get another score on the board. This running is not going to cut it because it takes too long, and the nice pass. Just when I was talking about it, that's what they did. Maybe I'm suited to be the offensive coordinator for Berryville. 10-yard pass by Berryville. Their first pass completion of the game. So first down, Berryville. Ball on the 45. They run the ball, and the Met in the backfield. They're going to lose a yard or two on this one. So Gravette defense has definitely started to figure out this rush attack that Berryville is bringing. Berryville lines up. Fakes the handoff. Ball's in the air. Underthrown. Caleb Brown there on the coverage. He's almost able to, if he saw it a little bit earlier, he might would have been able to pick off that duck. But instead, that one just falls to the ground. So, third down and long for the Lions. And you know that means it's time for the crew of destruction, based primarily of Lions, to come out and take care of business. More formally known as the Lion Destruction Crew, LDC. Handoff. Oh, he ain't going anywhere there. Nice stop by the defense. Defense is really starting to come alive tonight. They're going to gain maybe 2 yards, but that gives them a fourth down and around 8 to go. Now, with 6 minutes and 50 seconds left in the third quarter, you might see Berryville try to go for this. No, okay, they're bringing everyone out there. It looks like they will punt. They're not in complete desperation mode yet. But if Gravette marches down the field and scores another touchdown, I'm willing to bet in the future you're going to see Berryville go ahead and run that. Try to get a first down. High snap. Almost blocked again. Gets a pretty good punt off considering it was such a high snap. Assuming that they said that Dagley called for a fair catch, it looked like he just had his hands up trying to catch that ball like a wide receiver does. But, you know, it'll be all right. We get the ball on the 25-yard line. Gravette offense has been clicking. Let's see if they keep on clicking. I think everybody here in the stadium would love to see the Gravette Lions come down, punch in one more touchdown at least. 4 wide for the Lions. Takes the handoff. Pass Austin. He makes some people miss. He's going to be brought down, thrown down pretty hard, but not after picking up 6 yards. So let's make that a 7-yard gain. So that puts us second down at 3, and with everything in the playbook here, you can do just about anything you want on a second down and 3. A little bit slow. Oh, interception. Brought down. That Hilder pump faked and then tried to pass that right in the middle of the field, and unfortunately in the double coverage. So Gravette will turn it over. That's the second turnover of the night. He gives the Berryville the ball on the 37-yard line. So hopefully, though, the defense, like last time, steps up here. Let's offense know we got your back. Running back to him, pick up around 3 yards on that run. So Berryville, second down. Too wide for Berryville. Handoff. No, not a handoff, but he probably should have. He ends up losing a yard or 2 on that. So loss of 1, that's going to put us at third down and 8. And it's time for the Lion Destruction Crew to come out and provide destruction that you would expect from a Pride of Lions. Lion Destruction Crew. Oh, that, ooh, not a smart move. Lions did not buy that fake one bit, and they come in and just hammer the quarterback. This is not the first time that's happened. That's a loss of around 8. But Lions are not getting fooled one bit by that fake. They've tried that play a couple of times, and last time, I think it was Dagley that came in and just really blew that quarterback up. This time the hit wasn't quite as hard, but they had 2 Lions there to hit him. So Berryville, looks like Berryville's going to be going for it. Fourth down and around 15. But with the time clicking, they're looking to pass. He airs it out. Nice tight spiral. Oh, and it bounces off of his chest. Of course, we had a hand up in the air. It could have easily distracted him. Looks like his, Caleb Brown there. Caleb Brown there on defense. Got the hand in the air. He wasn't able to tip that ball, but it just bounced right off of the breastplate of the Bobcat. But most importantly, this turnover on downs, it gives Gravette the ball just right back here. We have official timeout. Not really sure what it's for. Oh, okay, there's the other official. So first down, Lions, 3 wide. 1 in the backfield and a tight end. Handoff. Austin's going to get decent yards on that, around a gain of 4. Four-yard gain on first down, always a good pickup. It opens the playbook up a little bit more. So 3 wide, 1 in motion. Handoff. Nice cut. Nice run. Austin's going to go all the way. 55-yard run by Chase Austin. And in case you're wondering, ladies and gentlemen, he's got over 150 yards rushing tonight. Unofficially, just me trying to keep up with it, but Chase Austin, once he got that cut, he was off to the races, and Berryville had nobody that's going to catch up with him. Impressive run by Austin. Going for a 2. That's the first time they attempted that. It finally pays off. Gravette runs that, I believe it's called a swinging gate for the PAT. I might be wrong on that, but it sounds right. Anyway, but they run that all the time. Usually you have the line, and then they all shift into the position to go for the field goal. This time they go ahead and snap it, trying to catch Berryville off guard. Didn't work. That's all right. Gravette's up 29-7. Here with 2 minutes and 37 seconds left in the quarter. So big time run there by Austin. Doesn't look like they've updated that Shallow Christian score yet. Let's see, I'm going to refresh to just see if there's another refresh on the score there, because I think I'm pretty surprised that score is that close. Looks like it's not going to pull up in time before the kickoff. Another pooch. Okay. Called for a fair catch. Gravette player did run into him. I don't think it was on purpose, and I don't think it was particularly vicious. But they're still going to get the flag there. The Bobcats cried a little bit about it, and they got it. By the letter of the law, yeah, it probably was a penalty. But man, it's really close. I don't think you really call that. But they did. It happens. With Gravette being up by 22, it doesn't concern me as much as it would if this was a much closer game. But we still have over a quarter to go, so he ain't going anywhere there. The Gravette eats him up deep in the backfield. That's the loss of at least 5, if not 6 yards. That play totally blown up. Loses 6. And in case you're keeping score at home, the last 3 plays that Bobcats have ran, Gravette has made them lose 6, made them lose 8, made them lose -1. So the Gravette defense really starting to click in on this defense. I don't know if Berryville's getting tired or if the Lions are just getting that much more hungry. Handoff. He's able to pick up some of the yards that they lost in the previous play. Probably a gain of around 8 yards there, but that's still going to bring up 3rd down. So we're looking at around 3rd down and 7. And the crew is in heaven because they get to destruct, and that's what Lions love to do. Lions destruction crew. I'm a rhyming fool tonight. So 3rd down and 7. Defense is out. Let's see if we get another big stop here. Handoff. Bobcats going to get a 1st down on that. They gain around 8 to 9 yards on that run. The sun shines on the Bobcats' bobtail every once in a while, and I guess that was the time for it right then. So 1st down for the Bobcats. Ball on the 39-yard line. around 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Bobcats have 2 wide. Handoff, sweep. Nice tackle. Who is that? That's Dan. Nice tackle, Dan, there. He was able to catch him in space. He's going to pick up around 4 yards, but Dan prevented him from picking up a lot of yards on that by that nice tackle. So we're looking at 2nd down and 6. I think that's going to be the end of the third quarter. I don't think Bobcats going to run another play. So at the end of 3, Gravette's up 29-7. They just expand that lead that they had. So 3 quarters down, 1 to go, and it looks like right now the good guys are on their way. That being said, anything could happen, but it's nice to see the Lions came back out tonight with some seriousness about the game, knowing that this is a must-win game, and they came out and so far they delivered. Fearless Friday still has that score. Shiloh and Gentry at 21-8. Shiloh in the second quarter. I suspect that they have gone past that, but nobody's updated it. Maybe Gentry has pulled ahead and Shiloh's afraid to call in the scores of Fearless Friday. Or maybe they're too busy eating Chick-fil-A. In case you haven't been to Shiloh Christian Stadium, they have Chick-fil-A in their concession stand. But, you know, good for them, I guess. So it looks like pretty much all the scores around the conference are still, we don't really have any updates on them. But we have an update here. We're going into the fourth quarter, and Gravette's up big. Handoff. He gets a little bit of room. Swung down. It's going to be close. Depends on where they mark that. So it looks like 3rd down and inches here for the Bobcats. And now it's time for the line destruction crew to destruct in a small area with only a short amount of yards to go for the first down. Let's see if we hold them. Quarterback sneak. I don't know if he gets that first down there. In the past few quarterback sneaks he had a pretty good push on the offensive line. This time, Gravette, he doesn't get a first down on there. So the Gravette line stops him. I guarantee you're going to see him go for the 4th down here, though, because they're in a situation where they need some points, and they need them bad. So 4th down, and he might have even lost a couple of yards, not yards, but inches there. 4th down and 1. It's time for the crew to really come out here. Let's cement this game. Let's go ahead and shut it off. Hand off. He's going to get the first down on there. With 3rd down in inches, I mean, they knew from the sidelines that they were going to be going over this regardless of what happened. So they ended up picking the first down. They gained around 2 or 3 yards on that. So that gives them first down at 10 on the 28-yard line. But that clock is ticking down, and the Berryville offense, like I mentioned before, this is definitely not a quick strike offense. And being down as much as they are, they're going to have to get some sort of quick strike. Nice. Thought he handed off. He didn't. So he ends up gaining around 3 yards on there. I thought we had him wrapped up in the backfield, but he didn't hand it off to him. That's why I'm not a defensive player. I would have been totally faked out by that. So it brings up 2nd down and 7 or 8 to go. Berryville lines up 2 wide, 2 in the backfield, and a tight end. Going back to pass. Puts up in there. It's a turkey. And it falls out of bounds. That one didn't look too hot coming off of his hands. So that's going to bring us to 3rd down and 8 to go. 3rd down and 8, the down that they hate because it's time for the line destruction crew to destruct at a record pace. It's kind of a slant rhyme there. Pace 8. But I'm still saying it rhymes in my book. So 3rd down and 8. And Berryville is going to call a timeout. They realize that this is the most important 3rd down that they've had of this game. Because if they do not get a score on this drive, you pretty much can mail this one in. Not saying anything crazy couldn't happen, but Berryville definitely needs this 3rd down. Bare minimum, get some positive yardage so they can go for it on 4th, because they will go for it on 4th. So Berryville is going to go ahead and take that time to try to get the right play in. Gravette defense are getting the instructions to help prevent them from getting that right play and being successful with it. So Berryville comes out. They've discussed what they wanted to do. And the Lions come out. And I think what probably happened was the defensive coach just whispered to him, LDC. Going for a pass. The ball's up. A better thrown ball than he's had all night. Receiver lays out for it. Is not able to connect. That's probably the best ball he's thrown tonight. Certainly a few times that he's went back for that pass and has been hammered. But nice ball, just a little bit too far. It's going to lead to 4th down and 8. And if Gravette could go ahead and stop this 4th down and get the ball, they could very well go ahead and smack this one on the bottom and get a win. Once again, crazy things can happen, but they should definitely have a good route if they're able to get this stop. Ball's up in the air, overthrown. Gravette's going to hold them on downs. So Gravette's going to take over on the 26-yard line. 9 minutes and 25 seconds left to play. There's still plenty of time, but the Lions have got to be feeling a lot better after holding them for 4 downs, preventing them from scoring, and now getting the ball. So defense steps up once again. Defense is having a great game against a team that is intent on running the ball, and they've done a good job of holding them in check. And especially since the 2nd quarter on, they've just been lights out. Handoff. Nice cut. He's going to gain about 2 or 3 yards. So that's going to put us 2nd down and 8. Gravette's going to be running 3 wide, 1 in the backfield, and a tight end. Hilger's looking for the play. He gets it. Pitch. Trying to get that corner. Hey, he's making something out of this. That's going to be close to a 1st down. Looked like he was going to get wrapped up for a gain of nothing, but Dan decides that he wants to get some yards. He gets the 1st down. No. Yeah, 1st down. Great play by Dan. A lot of hard running there by Dan to get the 1st down. And most importantly, all these run plays, the clock ticks, ticks, ticks. The clock is Berryville's worst enemy right now, and it's the Gravette Lions' best friend. Hilger's going to let this play clock go down. Is down to 4, 3. There he finally snaps it. Look at the pass. And it looks like Austin became a defensive back on that one bats it away to make sure that it's not intercepted. A little bit behind Austin. That's all right. It still looked pretty good, but just a little bit behind. Austin gets a hand on there, knocks it away, so the defender doesn't get it. I mean, that's a good play by Austin in that scenario. So 2nd down and 10 for the Lions. Gravette's going 3 wide. Man in motion. Fakes the sweep. We've got a draw play. Dan dives and gets that 1st down. It's going to be a 12-yard gain by Dan. And there's a penalty on the play. That's a shame because that was a great effort by Dan at the very end to jump and get that 1st down. But solid for not, it's going to be brought back. That's unfortunate. Blocking the back, they say. So since that is a penalty from the location of the block in the back, that ends up being 2nd down now and 12 to go for the Lions. Handoff. Austin meets the wall after picking up around 3 or 4 yards. So far, Berryville has played a very clean game from a penalty standpoint. Right now, only got 1 penalty for them this entire game. Gravette's had a few penalties. It's hard to say costly penalties, but penalties we certainly wouldn't wanted to have. Trenton Durham there couldn't get back there to get that. Hilger had a little bit of pressure on him and had to let that fly probably a little bit sooner than what he wanted to. So Lions going, setting up the punt. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first punt of the night for the Lions. Punt is up. Bobcats doesn't have anybody back there to build it, so we're going to let that roll all the way to the 20-yard line. So with 6 minutes and 44 seconds left in the game, Bobcats going to take over on the 20-yard line. They have 80 yards to go, and so far they haven't shown that they have the ability to score quickly. So the Bobcats, if they plan on getting back into this game, they're going to have to figure out a way to get points on the board and do it quickly. I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm hoping that they don't. Handoff, he bounces it out. He's not going to get where he wants it. He's swarmed. He is swarmed. He never could get that outside corner, and he's going to end up losing a significant amount of yards. Sometimes you just got to know that when you're defeated and just go ahead and try to plow forward and get anything that you can. But instead, he's going to end up losing around 3 yards from trying to keep on bouncing it out to the outside, and there just not be anything there for him. Berryville hands off again. Gets ahead of steam, but it's not going to amount for that many yards. Gets them about to the line of scrimmage again. So pick up around 3, maybe 4 on the play. So that gives us 3rd down and 9, which is just fine to me because it's time for the line destruction crew to come out. A 3rd down and 9 is exactly what they pine for every 3rd down. All these rhymes are blowing the stream team's mind. Handoff. He ain't going anywhere. Maybe a gain of yard. Right now, it looks like the Berryville team is. I don't want to say that they've lost some heart, but it doesn't look like they have quite the pep in their step anymore. And I think they're pretty much conceding at this point, bringing the punt team out, down by 22 with 4 minutes and 48 seconds left. I'd be interested to see if we see some of our backups start to come in. Nice kick. He's gone. He gets a nice return there by Mason Dagley there to bring the ball to around the 31, 32-yard line. Let's see. 32-yard line. So, yeah, nice return there by Dagley. 4 minutes and 29 seconds left in the game. Gravette up by 22. Looks like we have Pilkington out there at quarterback now. So it looks like Gravette is putting in some of their backups, some of them. Looks like we also have Fernandez back there at running back. It's always good when Gravette gets the opportunity to get some of the backups out there, give them some real-time playing experience. That's always a good thing, and usually it either means one or two things. Either you're up by a significant amount or you're down by a significant amount. But tonight, it's from Gravette being up. Pilkington never let go of it. He's going to run for a touchdown. That's a very interesting play there, because Berryville was trying to, I assume, tackle them both. They thought that he was going to hand it off to Fernandez, but Pilkington, he just kept it. He just kept it and then took it. So that's a gain of around 31 yards. There's a penalty on the play. Penalty on the play. Well, it's still a fun play to see, and it's still with Pilkington. It's he still gets the experience that he made that run. He knows in his heart that he would have had that touchdown. So that puts his first down at 16. Another flag. Sideline warning. Gravette fans thinks that's a little thinks that's a little silly. It doesn't result in any loss of yardage, but unless he calls it again. Pilkington. Reverse fields. Looks like he probably should have kept on going there. Ends up losing around 6 yards or so. Pilkington is definitely a runner. When I've seen him come out here, he's definitely not afraid to run that ball. I think they do a lot of design runs with Pilkington as well. Pilkington hands off to Fernandez. Fernandez isn't going to get much. Maybe a gain of 1 yard on that run. So that's going to put us around third down and J, Oklahoma. So that is to say, third down and a lot of yards. Gravette's definitely letting that clock tick down. Go ahead and just letting it go down as much as possible. Pilkington goes ahead and gives it to Fernandez on that one. I think if he would have kept it and ran it for himself, he would have picked up a little bit more, but it ends up being a loss of round 2 on the play. This is going to put us fourth down and well, a ways to go. And he gets spun off. He almost had that one blocked. Pretty aggressive roll, and it goes in the end zone. We would have had another half a second or so. We would have had him pinned within the 5-yard line, but that ball ends up running into the end zone. 2 minutes, 14 seconds to go. Gravette's up by 22 points. Let me see if they've got an update on any of those scores there. They do not. It still shows it in the second quarter with Shiloh and halftime and the others. Let me refresh. Maybe it'll show something. Nope. No updates on scores, unfortunately. Super interested, as you might could tell, to find out what those scores are. Handoff. He ain't going anywhere. Gain of a yard. I think that's being a little bit gracious. I take it back. There is one update. Pea Ridge up 35-22 on Prairie Grove now in the third quarter. One minute and 50 seconds left in the game. Berryville lines up. Hands off. Right up the middle. Maybe a gain or 2 yards on the play. So that's going to put us third down and 7, and the Lions are in heaven. That's because they have destructed very efficiently tonight, especially on third down. And they get the chance to do so once again. Clock keeps on ticking. Pretty sure that's a false start. And it is. So that makes it a little bit more difficult for me because it's a little hard to run with 12. So 5-yard penalty. Maybe I'll go ahead and just end my superstition on calling out line destruction crew on third down on this one. Just because I can't rhyme with 12. Now, if something bad happens here, ladies and gentlemen, you know I'm never going to not say anything. Oh, good. Looks like they pick up around 3 yards on that. It's going to bring up fourth down and 9. And I'm wondering, I don't think Berryville is going to run another play. They're going to go ahead and let that clock, they're going to go ahead and let it run down. So, 29-7, Gravette's going to win this one. A fantastic game, a must-win game for the Gravette Lions. This is a game coming in that they knew if they could win this game, this was going to substantially increase their chances and to make the playoffs. And they come in and they take care of business. Most importantly, they get revenge over last year when Berryville was able to take Gravette to the woodshed. This year, Gravette comes back, gets the revenge, gets the win, and gets one step closer to being able to qualify for the playoffs here in the 2019 season. Fantastic win for Gravette. It's nice to see the offense come back out, score some points, get a little bit more confidence, and the defense also come out and just really, really keep the Berryville team down. Berryville had that fantastic first quarter where they consistently were able to drive down the field, get the first downs with 3-yard, 4-yard, 5-yard gains. But after that, Gravette took control of the game, scoring 29